Good morning, everyone. It's Luna Bell. Y'all, I think one of the biggest things victims and survivors are challenged with is facing their own frustration. Y'all, frustration has come up a lot for me lately, but it's more of a frustration to actually verbalize my truth, to speak out, to tell people. Y'all, I have been shut down my entire life every time I've tried to speak out about the abuses I've endured. Y'all, I have been essayed and abused by my mama my whole life, trafficking included. But y'all, it's the recovery I'm focusing on for me. That is my main goal. When we speak out and we tell our truth, we're fighting years and years and years of being shut down. Y'all, I'm fighting almost 58 years of that. 18 plus trigger warning, this is all for entertainment purposes only. One of the things my mama did, there is a lot of religious trauma, a lot of sexual trauma, and there's a lot of incest in my mama's family. Many families, both sides. My mama used to take a military brush, like the longer ones that you use to buff the boots, to shine the boots. But it had the rougher bristles on it. After fun and games, which invariably included someone with, the recreational, the street recreational schmugs and whatnot. This is what was used to tell you how dirty you were. My point being, though, is that even though my mama hadn't taken a brush to me in many, many years, I still fight that being shut down. I still fight that pain. The example I'm going to give you, and this is why I'm giving you this, is when I was speaking to my nurse practitioner recently. We spoke about that, how many times when I'm triggered, and especially as I have more and more of my own flashbacks, of my own true memories coming out, that they manifest in physical symptoms in the body. More often than not, you're going to see these in your autoimmune disorders, allegedly. But I know many of you medical professionals can confirm this as well. Y'all, when I am triggered, when I have the flashbacks, when I feel that I am shut down, when I fight those old conditioning, if you imagine a little baby that's learning to crawl and how they get on all four and they'll put their head down and put their butt up in the air. If you imagine taking that brush right across the bottom of their thighs, right there across the bottom of their butt, their genitalia from behind with that brush. Y'all, I still have skin that will get roughed and kind of calloused. Now, every time I'm triggered like this. Has anyone taken this brush to me in years? It's been many years. But that physical manifestation of that action from years ago still physically manifest in my body. I'll be 58 next month, y'all. It's been it's been over 4 decades since my mama took one of these to me, allegedly. So, when we speak about the difficulty, the conditioning, the challenges of speaking out, when you speak of these smear campaigns, one moment, and their intent to shut you down and to shut you up by smearing your name, allegedly, Well, they might have pretty words they dress it up with, like SA, that we have to be careful of how we speak. Anyhow, y'all, what I have right here is a receipt from a conversation from my best friend's daughter. Y'all, I just call her Nutter Butter. But she says, this is on, 7:47 one morning, and she says, "Hey, honey, I hate to bother you. I have to take my car to the shop at 1 p.m. This is the auto mechanic shop on Glover. I don't want Cam to pick me up, but I do have to run by the bank and all after I drop my car off. I'll buy you lunch, blah, blah, blah. I will get you lunch and pay you $50. She never did. I never accepted money. I didn't want it. Just so Cam does not have to pick me up there. Allegedly, y'all, this is her husband's name. She had been telling me and her mama that her husband had been beating her and that there was a lot of abuse. I actually took her to the women's shelter in Dothan trying to get her help. And she says, one of the biggest reasons was because blank, he has the same name as my son. This is the manager at that auto mechanic facility. She says, because blank works there. The affair she was denying she was having. But here I want to share with you, she said, I have an idea, because she said that she couldn't leave her husband, that she didn't have the money, and that he was abusive and everything. These are the things they do. She is part of my smear campaign as well. She was trying to, what I call set up another individual is how my family is. I have an idea. I wanted to call corporate at Ashley Furniture and have them make an anonymous call saying bad things about blank, her husband. Like, what would you tell them is my response. That he hit a woman and made remarks, or that they saw him rolling in the driveway, or smelled smugs on him and his eyes were bloodshot. And I said, they wouldn't do anything, baby. It would take more than someone calling human resources. It would take more than someone calling human resources to get things like and I said, they get things like that all the time. And she said, that's not true. Maybe speak to someone enough, and a bunch of different people calling, a bunch of different complaints. You know what that is? That's an active smear campaign against her husband, who I thought I was helping her with because she said she was being abused, her and her mama. I'm just one of many of their victims. As a matter of fact, she had trouble years ago with a soldier that was off in the Gulf War that had just had a newborn baby, him and his wife. You see the patterns. But y'all, not only that, my son's best friend that unalived himself because of depression and all, the midnight ballerina, the one that I tried to help, that I went up to against her mother and all the others at the nursing facility when I was in the middle of the divorce with my husband. She was part of that child, my son's best friend's unaliving as well. There was words that were said, things that were said that she was part of it. Well, y'all, she's part of mine too. That's gang stalking. This is doxing. This is people trying to unalive people for profit. This is people wanting you to unalive yourself because they enjoy it. Much like my mama and my sister, allegedly, speaking as a survivor and a victim. Many blessings to you. I hope it helps. Maybe seeing a different perspective from a victim and a survivor. Speaking out.